tragic circumstances thrown a wrench into the romantic idyll that Stone Cold had planned with the maternal one. Yes, it forces a delay, but the interlude of love might easily be rescheduled.
Forget it.
Kate getting shot doesn't change anything for me. What happened to Kate was a tragedy, and I understand that you have to stay with Sunny to help him through it. We can just reschedule our trip for whenever. We have all the time in the world.
All the time in the world. It's exactly what Sunny said to Kate. Let's go.
Jekyll shall most reluctantly comply.
Spinelli, can you wait in the lounge? Jason and I need to talk.
The grasshopper of love is much more amenable to that plan. Have matters with the maternal one deteriorated into a rancorous dispute?
No, I took her to see Kate to show her why she can't be with me.
Yes, the Jackal concurs that it is far too dangerous for Stone Cold the maternal one to rendezvous within the confines of Port Charles, but fortunately the grasshopper of love has rebooked
Sonny wants a war, and I may not be able to stop him.
Then perhaps it is wisest for Stone Cold to have some distance.
Why? I can't leave right now, Spinelli. Yeah.
Well, the Jackal is aware of the bitter conflict the master sometimes feels with Mr. Sir. You can't ask him to betray his man.
No. Betrayal has nothing to do with it. Look, all I'm asking you to do is remind Mr. Morgan that his loyalties lie with the organization. Now, Mr. Corinthos, all due respect, can't expect Mr. Morgan to, look, both run the organization and follow his personal orders as well.
It is indeed this difficult dynamic which made Stone Cold reluctant to pick up the reins of power in the first place.
Yes, just remind him to think for himself. That's all, and put the organization first, not Mr. Corinthos first.
Perhaps the beneficent one has become our blind Tiresias, and we all must listen to his orders.
What is going on?
You know, when blind Tiresias first issued his unwelcome prophecy, people wouldn't listen, and...
Wait, look, I'm asking Spinelli to remind you where your loyalties lie and all that would be lost if you carry out what Mr. Corinthos wants.
You got something to say, Barney. Say it to me. Don't use Spinelli.
I'm sorry. You listen to him. You respect him, and that's how important I think this is. Going after Karpov now would be a terrible mistake.
Well, that's the opposite of what you told me before. Didn't you advise me to take him out with a preemptive strike?
Yes, that's when I assumed that a truce between you would be impossible, but you proved me wrong. Now, if you violate your own truce, there's going to be open conflict, and, well, it's going to cost us money and lives.
Anything else?
No. I overstepped them. I'm sorry. It's just how serious I think the situation is.
I'll think about what you said.
Thank you.
The beneficent one speaks from a place of deep concern, but the Jackal fears he is completely misguided. You must act on Mr. Sir's behalf.
You want me to provoke a war?
Okay, here's what I don't understand.
The Jackal is aware that Stone Cold considers Mr. Sir a mentor and maybe even a father figure, but one cannot avoid the potential for a deadly Oedipal conflict, the shedding of blood, the dark power.
Are you running a fever again?
No, I'm quite well. Spleenless, but well.
Okay, can you stop babbling about the Greek stuff?
It is relevant to the situation, and indeed a strong example of how a similar tragedy could be avoided. See, if Oedipus has just guided his wagon around that of his father on the road to Thebes, blind Tiresias' prophecy would have never been fulfilled. Oedipus would have never killed his father, however unknowing. Stone Cold has a similar opportunity to avoid potential conflict, and by doing so, save himself.
So are you saying don't tell him, Sonny?
Continuing to refuse to go after Comrade Karpov could lead to Mr. Sir turning his wrath on you, and knowing you might not defend yourself. So, just maybe if you bend to Mr. Sir's will, he'd be placated.
So are you saying I should do what's easiest for me?
Easy is a relative term.
Okay, if I give in to Sonny, I'm taking the coward's way out.
Jekyll fails to see how dispatching Comrade Karpov could be seen as an act of cowardice.
Because I wouldn't be doing it because it's right or it's smart. I would be doing it because I want to keep Sonny as my friend and I want to please him, Spinelli. We don't even have all the facts. If I go to war, I'm going to be hurting everyone. People who work for me, people who are close to me. So I guess it comes down to this. Either I betray them or I betray him.
Perhaps in the event of Comrade Karpov's demise, his associates would be too intimidated to retaliate. A conflict with Mr. Sir would be avoided. The attack on the fashionista would be avenged. Peace, or something close, would reign. Nurse Nadine. That seems odd.
Go ahead, take it.
Tis I, the Jackal.
Spinelli, it's Nadine Crowell. Could you meet me on the M Street Pier, like, now?
Are you in dire distress or in need of rescue?
Well, not exactly, but I could really use your help.
Jackal's in the meeting at the
okay.
moment. Are you certain?
Oh, yeah, I'm certain. That's why I called.
Okay, I'll be there straight away.
I appreciate your thoughts.
I hope my private meeting with the beneficent one couldn't be construed as insubordination.
No, not at all. Talking this through makes it a little more clear to me because I can't give in to Sonny, no matter how much I want to.
Nadine, are you okay?
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have called you, but it's an emergency, and probably not life or death, but it's really important, at least to me.
Okay, but might I inquire as to what I can...
The launch has already left Spoon Island. He'll be here any second.
Oh, the brooding prince.
Yeah, exactly, except he isn't always brooding, especially after last night. It's just... After last night, I thought we had an understanding, and... We do. It's just that what Nikolas understood is very different from what I understood, and I need to make him understand on a different level that even though he has a butler and breakfast in bed, and even after last night, I mean, you have no idea. You really don't. But still, he needs to know that he is not the only game in town.
Okay.
Yeah.
While the Jackal can somewhat follow your, somewhat circuitous, but not unsound reasoning, I'm still a little hazy on what Nurse Nadine expects of me. What?